Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this as we're going to take a dive into Ameritas Life products with Samantha, internal wholesaler over there. But just a few things before we get going on this amazing opportunity. I'd like to share some things about IAMS and some of our propositions that we offer our agents over here. And the first I would like to go over is our new producer builder bonus. And this is for our new producers within the first 180 days of contracting with us here at IAMS. And as you can see on the screen, once you reach $100,000 worth of paid business, that's going to be FIA business there, you're going to qualify for one of the four bonuses on the screen. And as you produce more within that 180 days there, those incentives get bigger, even to the point of, if you want a website built out for you, $2,000 in marketing reimbursement, for us to run an ad campaign for you, whatever it may be, there's some really nice incentives there. And also our new business builder, it's our referred producer bonus program. It's a really amazing program, honestly. You refer people over like yourself that are currently writing business, and you receive a small override on the business that they submit at no cost to them. It's just a way that our executive team says thank you. These bonuses are paid out once a quarter. I've personally witnessed Steve and Chris and Curtis cut checks for thousands of dollars just for people being referred over here to us. And also at the bottom of the screen, you'll notice our marketing reimbursement program, where this is where we really show a true partnership with our agents that we're working with, that we want to invest back in your business as well. So for every $100,000 of FIA business that you submit, we're going to put $100 into your marketing reimbursement program to use any way that you would like. We do recommend one of our programs that we have over here, but if you don't want to use that, that's perfectly fine. And also, you get $200 put in the air for any single premium life products, $100,000, and $200 for $10,000 worth of paid target premium on the life business as well. And moving on to our back office support here at IAMS, we do a really good job. We really work hard from submitting the policy to getting you guys paid as quickly as possible. Our new business team, I know they're going to touch the policy once every 72 hours, get you updates. We'll help schedule paramed exams for you. We'll scrub applications, go through case design for you, and really help keep that business moving forward. And our IAMS website, if you have not currently been out there, I'd highly suggest logging on and registering. It does require a two-factor authenticating process, but there's a ton of resources and tools out there as far as our term and GUL quote engine or final expense quote engine. On the annuity side, we're going to have Firelight, we're going to have Luma, we got our sales resource library out there. We record all these webinars that we do and post them out for later reference to come back to. And like I said, for our EAP solutions, these things are just single sign-on. Once you register, you can just go in there, and this is how you would be able to submit, life and annuity business through our IAMS website. Really makes it easy to use, one place, one format to get to know. And another way that we really help support our advisors is through our creative team. These guys do a really good job as well. They work in this industry day in and day out, so they kind of know what clients are looking for, what really grabs attention. And as you can see on the screen, we'll help design logos for you, our digital solutions, whether it's marketing strategies or building out a website, email campaigns, and even, turnkey solutions, printable documents that you can hand out to your clients. And our IAMS Wealth Management is been around for about 7 years now. This has been a really large sector of growth for us over here. If you would like more information about the IAMS Wealth, reach out to me or one of your annuity sales directors. It's 1-800-255-5055. And it's just a great way to show value to your clients, really make that business more sticky, really give a holistic look as far as retirement planning goes. And our Life and Annuity Academies, it's a great opportunity to get in front of your peers, kind of figure out what's working in the industry through some of the leading advisors across the nation. Keynote speakers will go through different sales ideas, marketing strategies, and actually we have one coming up here in June. If you would like to attend our next one coming up in July, once again, reach out to me or another sales director over here. Happy to go through those details with you, get you registered. And within these academies, we're going to fly you out for 3 days, put you up in a hotel room. You're going to have food and drinks, do a lot of learning, and just a really great way to meet the team that supports you on the back end. And our trip to Quebec, it's coming up here at the end of June 30th, so that is wrapping up. But this is, another way we take our top producers out here. It's going to be a 5-day trip. It's going to be an amazing time. I know all of our guys really look forward to these trips every year. And as you can see, what the point qualifications are for this. They have not announced what the next trip is going to be just yet, but more information on that coming soon. And if you have any questions about kind of where you stand right now, reach out to me. I'm happy to go through it with you. And as always, follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. We're constantly posting information out there that's going to be relevant to the industry and your business that you can take and share to your clients as well. And once again, I really appreciate your time. From here, I'm going to take it and turn it over to Samantha as she's going to go through the product lineup with Ameritas.
Thank you so much for that. And that trip looks amazing. I kind of want to go to Quebec, so kind of jealous on that. But what I can do here is I can tell you a little bit about us as Ameritas. Let me make sure. Perfect. And we can see my screen, right? Everything looks good?
I can see your screen.
Perfect. So just a little bit about Ameritas. Here we're going to have a few different disclosures to go through. I will test everybody on this, so please pay attention real close to all of those disclosures. So why Ameritas? So we're a very strongly rated mutual insurance company. We are very transparent, and with our reliable illustrations, we are conservative. So we would rather show you a little bit lower, and then your client sees something a little bit higher, and it's a little bit more easier to obtain. So that's just kind of a quick one on that. We do our consistent cap rates for all clients. So new, old, I think it's 0.25 difference between our clients 10 years ago to current, which is really nice that we're not changing things because, we care about more of our new clients versus our old ones. We definitely love everybody, no matter if you're old or new. We have 18 living benefits with California and New York included, which is really, really, really big. And then we are also foreign national friendly. So we do accept a lot of I-10s and visas like that. Okay. I know some of these numbers are old, but in 2023, we distributed $3.5 billion in policyholder benefits. And then last year, we contributed $1.8 million over 450 nonprofits. And again, we love to put our customers first. So with our Index Universal Life, we determine a max illustrated rate. We are not high. We do not show, high numbers like others, but we show obtainable. So we know that you can reach those max illustration rates and probably be a little bit better, because we want you to be a hero and not being yelled at after the clients look at it and say, hey, I didn't get what you said that I was going to try to get. We want something that you can definitely get to. And again, we're conservative, so we under promise and over deliver. You're going to hear that quite a bit. And here is our cap rates. So as far as 10 years ago, well, in 2011 is when it closed out, but we can see that 8.75 and then to 9. We don't care if you're an older client or a new client. We want to make sure that we're staying, pretty consistent for all of that. Now, a little bit about our living benefits. So the critical, chronic, and terminal are on there. So we have 15 critical. So we have 2 chronic and 1 terminal. So with the blue, those are going to be very, let's say, just highly on Ameritas' side. Not everybody has the blue ones. And then the blue and the green are going to be like the top 5 that are usually used with living benefits. And then we have our chronic. So if you can't do 2 out of the 6 ADLs, that would get you over to the chronic side. And that is with dementia and Alzheimer's as well. So that's not a separate add-on. It is part of the chronic that we have. So we have our clear edge term, and that is going to be more of the discount approach with those living benefits. So that is going to be not a specific percentage that you would get on the term products on it. So it's you get something, but it's not easily it's guessable on there. So we have to do a little bit more of work on it. And then you get 10% saved back for more of a final death benefit if needed on any of those, the clear edge term. Now, all of the permanent products, so whole life, IULs, those are going to be more of the lean approach. That's going to be the 25%, 50%, and 75%. So that means, if you have a critical living benefit you need to use, you get 25% of that death benefit. You know how much you're going to get and how much you'll have for that. And it is a dollar for dollar reduction on that face amount. So it's a little bit different than that discount approach. These are the products that we have. So for our Index Universal Life, we have our Growth, Value Plus, Survivor, and then Value Plus UL. So the red is not available in New York. So the Value Plus Survivor IUL and then the Clear Edge Living Benefit Term, those are both not available in New York. We have our Whole Life, our Access, Growth, Value Plus, and then the term Value Plus and the Clear Edge. Now, we try to keep it simple. So if you see a growth in the products, that means that's going to be something we're going to let it sit and grow. So something that we will access 16 to 25 years later down the line. It's going to have its best potential there. Our Access Whole Life is going to be something where you want to access the money sooner. So something along the lines, if you want to access cash within the first year up to like the 16th year, the Access Whole Life is going to be where you want to go. And then our Value Plus line is going to be more of our cost effective. So it's going to give you a little bit more bang for your buck on that. Now, currently, our FLX products are going to be done on May 31st. So the last time we're able to submit an application by paper or even electronically would be May 30th. So with that, we are switching everything over. So the FLX IUL, we are now using our growth IUL2 or just the regular growth IUL for New York. And then our FLX term is going to be replaced with that clear edge term. So if we're used to FLX, these are definitely the two that you're wanting to take a screenshot of, pay attention to. These are going to be what we're using instead, starting on the 30th here. Okay, let's get a little bit more into our term here. So our value plus term is going to be more of a simple term. Straightforward, simple, nothing really with it. It's just going to be the terminal on there, no living benefits, very cheap, simple term. It is convertible, which is amazing. So you would be able to convert that policy into a permanent one, and then you still get an employee discount or a same payer discount with those. And then our clear edge is the one we have for the living benefits. So we, again, employer discount, same payer discount we get with those. And with that, it says 80 on there. As of for COVID, we only write to 79. So just make sure we have that written down somewhere, but this is going to be more for our living benefits term. And then we're also able to convert this one as well into any of our permanent products. So like I was saying before, the Clear Edge has the discount approach. So with this, it's kind of depending on severity and your life expectancy after the claim on how much you would be able to get. So it's not a percentage that you would know to get or you can kind of put aside. This is more along the lines of, okay, how severe was it? Did it affect the life expectancy or not? And there is that severity, you know, arrows where it kind of depending if it's more or less on how much you would actually get with that. Now our clear edge conversion. So you are able to convert it. So if you had a 10-year term, you would be able to convert within the first 5 years or to age 65, whichever comes first. So definitely keep that in mind when you are looking or thinking about a conversion or the client wanting to get a permanent product versus like a term product with this one. Okay, more with our IUL. So our growth IUL2, this one is going to be, again, something you want to use if they're wanting to do a retirement supplement later on. So if they're wanting to take out loans or anything like that after year 16, after year 20, this is going to be where you want to go. You want to definitely use our growth IUL product. And again, this one is taking over for that FLX product that we have. And then it also has, again, with the lean approach with any of the permanents, so you know how much you're going to get. So critical, 25%, chronic, 50%, and terminal is 75. So it is dollar for dollar. We know how much you're going to get if needed. And our whole life. So our whole life, we have a value plus whole life, access whole life, and a growth whole life. And at the bottom of that, you can see the value plus is going to be the low cost. So somebody with more of a strict budget, someone who just cares about getting the most death benefit they can with a certain amount of premium, value plus is going to be the way to go. The access whole life is going to be more of products where they wanted to take a loan out on there within the first 16 years. They want to be able to access their money sooner. and use that, the access is going to be where we want to go. And then the growth is where we want it to sit and grow. So something more for again, retirement, something where they don't need the money right away. They want it to just kind of sit there, grow, and access it later on. Okay, so with the access, guaranteed contract rate 3%, um, best cash value again, 15 years or less. So something that you want to use, being able to get that money out. We do have the FPUR, which is our flexible paid up rider, and that is on the whole lives, but this one is best used with the access whole life. Okay. And also, you can get your cash as early as 31 days. So, after they pay their premium, of course. The growth, best after 16 years. I usually see it, 20 years or so. On there, the flexible paid up rider is on there as well. And um, this is going to be more, again, let it sit, let it grow, access that cash later on in your life. Our value plus. So our value plus is going to be the cheapest, the best bang for your buck. This one's going to be more for somebody with a budget, wanting the most death benefit they can with all of that. Now, there is a no lapse guarantee for that, which is really, really nice. So you can kind of have it and make sure that 20 years, you're going to have at least that coverage guaranteed on there. Um, and we can go all the way up to age 90, depending on, what it is. Also, with those living benefits, with that, the UL, we have a look back guarantee, 3% at the end of the first 10-year period, which is kind of a little bonus for you. It also includes the lifetime income rider. So that is something that you would be able to set up if you wanted to have, like, again, a retirement supplement. And this is something that you cannot outlive. So this is something that you can activate and use later on, and you would be able to get a monthly income for the rest of your life. And then we have our survivor IUL. So this is a second to die policy. What I'm seeing the best use for this is going to be if there is a couple or a mom and a son, or something along those lines where someone is uninsurable, we would be able to have them under the survivor IUL. With that, if something happens to the insurable person and the uninsurable person is to survive them, they would be able to use the living benefits. Again, it's a second to die policy, so nothing is going to be really paid out until after that, but the living benefits can be used when there is one surviving person on the policy. Okay, so some training and resources here for you. So there are a few different places, and I can bring you more to the producer workbench here in a second, but just kind of letting you know for this. So in selling a new business, you would be able to go to prepare for a sale and be able to look at our e-apply, which is through Firelight, which was talked about earlier on there. So we have that. We also have our training to kind of give you a little bit more videos and everything with it. With our e-apply, we do have a test drive where it is a live site where you would be able to kind of put your information in, and I would not use any actual information as far as like socials or anything like that, because it is shared with everybody. But you're able to walk through it, know what to expect for an e-apply application, kind of see how it goes, follow the steps, and do all of that before you're face to face, or over the Zoom or the phone or anything with an actual client. This kind of gives you a little bit more of a security to go through it before having any bumps. Now with the e-apply, there's going to be two different sides to do an application. 9 times out of 10, you're going to do the Excel underwriting non-med, which is here on the left-hand side. So it is going to be anybody who is going to, need to do an application. Usually it's under 2.5 if you're under 50, and 1 million if you are under um, 50, 50 for that 2.5 under 60. I believe. We'll double check on that. But if you're doing any New York cases or anything, that's going to be just on the application side, where we'll do more of an easy app or traditional on there. And that is my information. So if you wanted to take a screenshot or anything of that, please do. It has my email and phone number. So I would be definitely able to help out with any kind of case designs or anything like that. So I'll give everybody a few minutes here to take a screenshot, write it down with all of that. Okay. And then we also have our 1-800 number. So this is going to be for if you're not able to reach me or I'm out or anything like that, the 1-800 number, option 1, is going to be for a frontline. That is where I started out. So they are amazing, and they're able to do any kind of illustrations or, help with any questions or anything that you might have. And if you do want to just say, hey, can you create an illustration for me? This is what I got. You can email that to sales.request@ameritas.com, and they would be able to get that going and email that back to you. Or if you have any other questions or something's going on, definitely take a look at that. Now, I also wanted to get to our producer workbench here. I'm going to show this, and then we're going to go this one here. Can we see this screen?
Yep, I sure can.
Perfect. So this is the producer workbench. This is the old classic, I should say. So selling a new business, and then we go to submit new business, and we're going to go to about e-apply. This is going to be where you would be able to go to your test drive. Okay, the username is right here, and the password is right here. They do change it, so keep an eye on that before just assuming that it's there, because they get it changed every now and again. Now, any kind of new updates on here, how to get started, training and resources. So they have some videos that kind of walk you through it if you didn't want to do the test drive, how to submit, and the user guide. Okay, so everything e-apply wise is going to be through here. And then also Learning Center, training, and these are going to be definitely some great videos to watch to kind of learn a little bit more about each product on here, and just letting you know with all of that. And at the very bottom, basic and annuity illustration design. So we'll go over that with the video. Okay, so those are definitely top 2 of where I would highly recommend definitely taking a look at. And then if we go back, clicking this little guy was going to bring us back to the main page, and then open new dashboard. This is going to be where you're going to be able to take a look at your business. So you submitted your application, everything. Now we're waiting for it. This is where it's going to show. Now, for everybody, it's going to show your information. For me, I don't have any, so I have a sample one here. Let me get this pulled up and kind of give you an idea of exactly what's going to be with it. So this is going to show you your new business, any insured, so we'll be able to see issued and paid, and then not placed. Then also with here, you're able to take a look and go click on requirements, and it would show you what requirements that you as the agent need to complete. And then what Ameritas tasks we have. Let's see if I can find one with agent tasks. Perfect. So this is where you would be able to see what tasks you have. There is also a place where you would be able to upload or type in a response. It would give us a little section in here. Let's see if I can find a good one right here. So reason, you can type it in here and hit respond, and it goes directly to that new business person we're underwriting. Okay. Also, if we click on just anywhere else besides that, it's going to give us all of the statuses, kind of where everything's at. You're also able to see your underwriter and your customer support or new business person. Okay. So a lot of information will be in there. And then you're also able to see in force, what's going to be pending to lapse, disbursements, any kind of missed payments, all of that. Okay, so I just wanted to show everybody that with it. And again, that is in the new dashboard. If we're able in there, new business, we can go into illustrations, we can go into e-apply, we can go into the calculator, forms, anything on here. Definitely sign in, take a look, and kind of see where you're at, what's available, and kind of click around and see exactly what you would like on there. Okay. Any questions or anything that I can help answer? Because that's all I got.
Yeah, thank you, Samantha. I really appreciate you jumping on and going through this product lineup for us and showing us how to get out there and look at our business and quote and everything. I haven't seen any questions come through just yet. I don't know if you want to give it a few minutes, see if anybody has any
Absolutely.
questions of kind of, how those product, especially the whole life side, you were talking about having that high early cash value, kind of where that fits in, uh,
hmm
where you think that kind of holds a strong place out there in the market right now.
Oh yes, yes, absolutely. That Access Whole Life is definitely one of the top ones used, especially if we're wanting to access that cash sooner. And then the growth IUL, two or just a
Hmm.
regular growth IUL is going to be the best ones for any kind of like a income supplement later on. So
Hmm.
those are going to be the top two. I would highly recommend to just kind of run some illustrations on and see how those work. Yeah,
Yeah, perfect. And I know when we're taking cash value out of those whole lives, are they direct or non-direct?
both. We have both options.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, yeah. And just a little tip here also, producer or product portfolio, insurance and annuity products. This is where you would be able to find a little bit more information. So for the whole life, access whole life, we can go and get more details. And this kind of gives us more of like a brief overview with it. But you can also go in and see the producer product guide or the client brochure in there as well. But
Hmm.
it kind of gives you a little bit more information if we do have some questions. Most of them will be on there, but if anything, my email, um, call me, email me, call or email that front line or anything like that. We can definitely help you out with any of that. And I'll pull that information back up here. So, Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Well, I know we're coming up to 10:40. I haven't seen any questions come in. Are you going to have any information to circulate out to these guys if they'd like to see anything else?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you want to, I can send as much information as you need. If there is like an email, if you want to send me an email with everybody that was there,
Sure.
I can kind of send out information and send an email
Hmm.
out with a little bit more in detailed information. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Well, I guess that's going to conclude our webinar today. Once again, thank you for getting on, going through this with us. I really appreciate your time this morning. And, if anybody has any questions about what was presented, you can reach out to me or Samantha. We're happy to go through this with you guys. Once again, thank you, everyone. And I hope everybody has a great day.
Have a good one, guys. Bye
All
bye.
right. Thank you.